Hi ladies, it's Kathy, and today we're going to talk about self-care secrets and tips for us women over 50. And a small portion of today's video is being sponsored by CurrentBody, and we'll get to them in a few moments. Today I want to share some self-care tips that I think it's really important that we as women start doing for ourselves. At our age, we often neglect our own health because we're busy taking care of aging parents, maybe children if they're still at home, maybe grandchildren, and sometimes you may have a spouse that is dealing with some serious health issues. So I find that oftentimes we can sometimes put ourselves on the back burner, but it's so important whenever you are a caretaker, you really have to take care of yourself. Just like when you get on an airplane and the pilot says to put your oxygen mask on first, you really can't help people if you are not feeling full inside. So it's really important to nourish your soul. So I am trying this year to get a little bit better at that because I know as a long-term caretaker for my husband, for my parents who have both passed on, I raised my daughter, she's actually 31 today, that oftentimes my health was put at the back, not because anybody said that it should be, it's just that was my thought process. I really didn't have the energy at the end of the day to do anything to take care of myself after taking care of everybody else. So what I'm trying to do, with age comes wisdom, I'm trying every day now to begin my day with 10 minutes where I can just start the day calmly, meditate, and just breathe. And I find that doing that before I even get out of bed really helps to set the tone for my day. Because I'm not a person that can just jump out of bed and start working. I had to do that for many years on the farm, and that was something that I really hated, especially on a cold winter's day. And I usually would get woken up pretty quickly whenever I get slapped across the head by a cow's tail. So I much prefer waking up, taking 10-15 minutes before I get out of bed, just sit back, close my eyes, and just let my mind wander. I'm not focusing on all the chores that I have to do that day. I'm not focusing on, anybody that I have to run to an appointment. I'm just letting my mind wander and, just sit in silence and think of something happy. My happy place is the beach. And I'm telling you, if you do this a few times, it just really helps to calm me down. It makes me very peaceful. It keeps my blood pressure where it should be. So just trying something as simple as that. You may like your morning coffee, so sit at the table and you can close your eyes in between sips and just sort of let your mind wander and just think happy thoughts, not about the list of 10 million things that have to be done in a day. CurrentBody reached out to me a few months ago and asked if I would be interested in trying out their LED Hand Perfector. It's an anti-aging and healing device for hands. And it's kind of funny that they reached out to me because I recently turned 55, and what I've noticed is when I look down at my hands don't look like a 55-year-old's hands. They look like they're about 20 years older. That is a lot of sun damage and neglect because I was a dairy farmer, didn't wear sunscreen, I know, should have. So I do have some sunspots showing up on my hands. I also worked with a lot of chemicals in the milk house washing stuff, and I never wore gloves. I'm not somebody that can work with gloves on, so that damaged my hands. And it's led them to look wrinkled and dry with sunspots. I was wondering, what can I do to my hands to try and help them to look a little more youthful? So this really cool CurrentBody Hand Perfector device, it plugs into the wall and you can just set it on your lap. It's very lightweight and it only takes 10 minutes a day. So what I do is whenever I wake up in the morning, I have it beside my bed and I'll just sit up in bed and I'll give myself my 10-minute hand treatment. The machine shuts off automatically so you don't have to stress about when your 10 minutes are up. It uses 70 dual strength LED lights which promote more youthful looking hands. It also uses clinically proven red and near infrared wavelengths that boost collagen. It reduces fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, and age spots while firming the skin. So LED technology is a gold standard understand are being used in the beauty industry. The LED Hand Perfector uses red wavelengths 633 nanometers and near infrared wavelengths 833 nanometers. This technology will heal wounds and reverse visible signs of aging on the hands. They're medical grade wavelengths which will help to increase your natural collagen and elastin production, and it accelerates cell renewal to fade fine lines and wrinkles. So whenever you use the machine, make sure that your hands are clean, and then you sit for 10 minutes, have this relaxing time where your hands are getting treatment. Then it's really important to put some hand cream on your hands. And I have to tell you, since I've started using the CurrentBody Hand Perfector, I have noticed that my hands are a lot softer. My hands used to feel very dry on top, and I'm constantly putting moisturizer on them, but I can tell there is a difference in the texture of my hands. After a few treatments, I actually feel quite smooth. So it's important to put some hand lotion on after every treatment. This would also be great. You could do this at night when you're watching TV. Just make sure that you are close to an electrical outlet, plug your machine in, put it on your lap, and all you have to do is press the button, and when your treatment time is over with, the machine automatically shuts itself off. CurrentBody is offering my viewers 15% off all of the devices on their website, including the Hand Perfector, using my code Kathy15. So the link and the promo code will be listed below this video. So I'm enjoying my new morning self-care routine where I can sit and meditate for 10 minutes every day and give my hands a beauty treatment that is safe, it's FDA approved, and it's geared towards making my hands softer, reduce fine lines and wrinkles, and firm my skin's texture. Thank you to CurrentBody for reaching out to me and for offering my viewers 15% off your devices. So the next thing that I recommend is exfoliate. I love skincare. It is my passion. And it is so important to exfoliate not only our face, but our whole body. So exfoliation helps with cell turnover. It gets rid of dead cells, brings out healthy, glowing new cells, and it helps us to look refreshed. I exfoliate my face daily with a gentle daily face scrub. And the one that I like using, it lives in my shower, is a Neutrogena Hydro Boost. And I also like the Origins Ginseng facial scrub. Those are both nice and they're very gentle because I have sensitive skin and I have mild rosacea, so they're very tolerable on my skin, and I've been using both for years. And I recently got into doing body exfoliation, and it's really important because I've noticed that as I've aged, my skin's a lot drier, especially on my legs. So once a week I try and exfoliate my body, and I'll just buy like a body scrub. You can buy it at the drugstore. I've tried the ones by Dove. I've tried the one by Clinique. Skin Fix, that's a great one. It's a little more on the pricey side, but it has a two-step system where you scrub your body, and then whenever you get out, it has like a glycolic moisturizer for the skin. That really does a nice job. So it's really important, you know, to remember to exfoliate. And then once a week for my face, I do a deep exfoliation where I actually use a papaya enzyme facial mask, and I can't leave it on for any more than 5 minutes because it is a medical grade skincare, but wow, it really sloughs off anything that's just dead and sitting on my face. So, you know, my secret to healthy glowing skin really has a lot to do with just my exfoliation process, because it's really important to do that as we start aging. So tip number 3 is moisturize. And as somebody with oily skin, I thought, why would I moisturize? That's just going to make me more oily. That's not so. You can still be dry but have oily skin, and that's an issue that I think since I turned 50 I deal with in the winter time when the furnace has been running and it's really cold outside. I really tend to get very dry, like around my mouth. I really try to do a lot of moisturizing, and I moisturize my face morning and night with a moisturizer. I use the PCA Skincare Collagen Hydrator. I also love the It Cosmetics guess, confidence in a cream. I use that in the winter. It's just a little too rich to use on my face in the summer because I am oily. It could make my forehead kind of like an oil slick. In the past, I have used the CeraVe moisturizer, the PM one without the SPF in it. They changed the formula and I just didn't really like it as much anymore. So the two that I'm sticking with is the PCA Collagen Hydrator, and I recently started using one by City Beauty and I actually really like it. It's a nice thick moisturizer, but when you put it on, it goes on very evenly, absorbs into my skin, and I've been keeping a close eye seeing like, does my skin get any more oilier with this? And it doesn't. So I think I may actually switch to the City Beauty moisturizer. I forget the proper name, I'll put it here on the screen. But if you want to buy any City Beauty products, I have a discount code. I forget, it's either 10 or 15% off site-wide. That will be below the video and in the pinned comments. So anytime you want to make any purchase, you can use my discount code and save yourself some money. It's also important to moisturize the rest of our skin. So whenever I get out of the shower, I'm not 100% great at remembering to do it, but I do try to moisturize. And one that I keep coming back to, it's drugstore. It is the Vaseline Intensive Care for Mature Skin. I've also enjoyed the Josie Moran Whipped Body Argan Oil, but it's a little expensive. I like the Skin Fix, the exfoliator, and then the body cream after. But honestly, the Vaseline one I really like because it's not greasy. I can put my pajamas on right over it, and you know, it's pretty economical. And before I hop into bed, I'll also just get a little extra moisturizer on my face. I always spritz my face with the Caudalie grape water. It just makes my face feel refreshed and moisturized, and I really think that this Caudalie grape water has helped to calm my redness in my face. I've been using this for years, and I really do believe that is one of the secrets that is helping to keep my rosacea under control. So the next self-care tip is using eye patches, because I've noticed the skin underneath my eye is also kind of getting dry as I'm aging. So once in a while, I'll put on some eye patches when I'm in the bathtub. They're just kind of a fun thing to do. But I saw on Sephora, there's a brand where it kind of has like micro needling, and I think I may give those a try. I think that you wear them while you sleep. So I'll definitely look into them and be sure to let you know. But eye patches are certainly helpful to, you know, get some extra moisture in your eye area. And then I like to put on my Bobbi Brown hydrating eye cream. I've been using that for a long time, and I really do notice a difference whenever I put it on. And I use it morning and night. Works well under makeup. I actually put it on my eyelid and then like around here. I do have some fine lines and wrinkles here, but I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm 55. To me, those tell a story about my life. Most of these wrinkles have been made from laughing. So there's just something that's really relaxing about taking a few seconds and just massaging this area of your face when you put on your moisturizer. It's just another area of our body that sometimes we neglect, and I think it's nice to kind of show our eye area some love. And the next thing that I will sometimes do, more so in the winter, some days you just get out of bed and you know right off from the bat, it's not going to be a productive day. So I think every once in a while, especially if you're a caregiver, it is so important just to have a day where you do absolutely nothing. And I love a pajama day. Just stay in your pajamas. To me, that just signals my brain that it's kind of a rest day. Not gonna do much. We're just gonna like watch useless TV so our mind can, you know, just turn off whatever we're worrying about. I love pajama days because that's my snuggle time with Buddy. He'll come and snuggle with me. He actually likes to lay on my chest. We have recliners in the basement where we watch TV, and he just seems to know when I'm having an off day. And I have read that cats can sense, you know, when we're not 100%, and he just lays on my chest, and I find that so interesting. And he'll purr, and I love hearing his purr and feeling his purring, and that just helps me to relax as well. So we all deserve those days when we can just, you know, lounge around and take it easy. And what I'll do is I'll have my shower at maybe 3, 4 in the afternoon, and then get dressed into another pair of clean pajamas, and I really feel energized after having a day like that. So something Something else that I've recently got back into doing is just blasting my music. I don't get much of an opportunity to have much alone time either in the house or in the car, so whenever I do, I take that opportunity, and I have made a playlist of songs that really pick me up and can change my mood where I'm kind of feeling down and depressed with everything that's going on in life and in the world. And just by putting this playlist on, I just feel the switch almost instantly, and it makes me happy and alive, and I just want to get up and dance. Now there's two songs that I have really been enjoying lately that just whenever I hear them come on, I want to just get up and boogie. And the one is Chrome by Trace Adkins. He's a country and western singer, and this song, it's pretty old. I mean, I remember singing along to it when I was milking the cows. But there's just something fun. Go watch that video. You have this massive man, he's like over 6 feet tall, and he's like dancing. It's just such a fun song. And then a new one I told you about recently is Gold by Dierks Bentley. And there's just something about this song, you just want to like tap your foot and dance, and sometimes just put a song on repeat and that will get you out of a mood, and it just kind of makes you feel good inside and energized. So the next thing that I try to do to give myself some self-care is by reading. I used to love to read, and my favorite author was Danielle Steele. I got away from reading, and then I would, put a book on my iPad, but I just like holding a real book. There's just something about holding a book in your hand. It signals to my brain that, okay, you're winding down, calm your mind kind of shuts off. And if you can find a book where you just lose yourself and you forget like about everything else, that's a really great book. I've read a few good ones by Sunny Hostin. She's a really good writer. I was really pleasantly surprised, and I've enjoyed both of her books thoroughly. I'm trying to get back into Danielle Steele, but I got a lot going on, so I can just tell like I'm not in the mood to read. But I had been reading for about half an hour before I would go to bed, and then I would look at the clock and it's like, gosh, I read for 2 hours. It's like 1 in the morning. When have I ever stayed up to 1 in the morning? So those kind of books, if you can find them, are great because they really immerse yourself in the book and you totally forget about everything else going on in your life. I get my books from the library. It's free, and I really like the large print books because even with my glasses, I find like my eyes are tired at night from looking at the computer or the television, and I really appreciate large print books. The next thing that I love to do when it's cold outside, but sometimes I'll even do it in the summer, is take a nice bath. Be sure to add some nice Epsom salts into your bath. I love Dr. Teal's. He has a eucalyptus mint, I think it is. I like his lavender. He has one with, I think it's melatonin. It's to calm you down so you can sleep. I probably put about a half a cup to a cup in my bath water, and then I'll just get in the bath, close my eyes, sit back, relax for, 10, 15 minutes. I'll open my eyes, and who's sitting on the toilet staring at me but my cat Buddy. So that always makes me laugh. Or I'll be in the shower and he's, on the other side looking in. It's kind of creepy but funny at the same time. There's just something about the experience, not just the sensation of the water, the relaxation, but just the scent. Both of them really give a very calming, soothing, relaxing experience. So this one is an important one. You really have to remember that you take care of your health. So make sure that you're up to date with your pap smears, your mammogram, blood work, colonoscopy. Where I live in Ontario, the government for the past couple of years, they actually send a letter out. You don't have to go through your doctor anymore. You can just make the appointment directly for a pap or a mammogram. So that's a really great reminder. And I actually just got my mammogram letter, so I have to book that appointment for the fall. It's so important to remember to take care of yourself. Like I said, when you're taking care of everybody else, you don't want to end up in ill health. So schedule those doctor's appointments. You're feeling overwhelmed and you feel like you need to speak to somebody about everything you're dealing with. I find that it's not that great sometimes to talk to family members or friends because they're too close to the situation and they want to fix things for us. They don't want to see you in pain or hurting. So it might be better to talk to a doctor, or maybe your doctor could schedule with a counselor or somebody, because it's really important whenever you're carrying around all these worries and burdens of other people's health, you need to offload that or you're going to end up getting sick yourself. Just keep that in mind. If you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to your doctor and ask, if there's some sort of a counselor you could maybe speak speak to. They just talk and they just listen. They don't try and fix the problem. They just try and, give you mechanisms that you can cope with the situation. Really, really important to take care of your mental health as well. Another thing that is self-care that is really important to do is to carve time out to spend with your girlfriends. Yes, it's great to hang out with our family and our children, but you just have a totally different relationship with your girlfriends, and you can talk about your spouse or your children and you won't get in trouble. You can have laughs and giggles. There's just something about being surrounded by other women that support us and uplift us. And I love hanging out with, women of all different ages. I hang out with 20-year-olds, hang out with 80-year-olds, because you can find wisdom at any age. The young ones help to keep the brain young and active, and you can get so much wisdom from a woman that is like 10, 20, 30 years older than you, because she's been through a lot of the same things that you're going through. It's just good sometimes to hear about their experience, and then whenever you have to face that, you can call on that, and it might help you get through that difficult time. So it's really important, whether it's once a week, once a month, schedule a lunch out with your friend and just laugh. You deserve it. And, don't feel guilty leaving your parents or your spouse, whoever it is you have to take care of, in the hands of somebody else, because you're actually doing them a favor. Because whenever you come home, you're going to feel so much lighter inside, and you're going to be happy and feel like you have more to give. So it's really, really important to do fun things just for you, even if it's only 1 hour a week to get out with a friend. Go for a walk. Just do something to get away from the situation that you might be in. And sometimes it gives you clarity. And like I said, you just come back and you feel renewed. And if you have a pet, it's so important to snuggle with them. Like I told you earlier, my cat Buddy, I love when he snuggles with me. And I'm the only person in the family that he will sit on. He will go sit beside my husband, he will sit beside my daughter, but he will not sit beside me. He has to sit on top of me. And that's just such a special connection that we have. He is so loving. My pets, throughout my whole adult life, when I've been going through difficult things, they have always comforted me. They have kept me grounded and brought me so much joy, and they just have that unconditional love. Yes, even cats have unconditional love. Buddy is such a sweetheart, and he's just such a huge part of our life. He always has to insert himself in everything. And a lot of cats, they just like to bugger off and be by themselves. Not Buddy. He needs to be the center of attention, and he's got to be involved in everything. And he just brings me so much joy and happiness and love that I love him so much, and I'm so thankful that I have him. Cuddle with your pets. They'll help you through some difficult times. So which one of these tips are you going to try today? Let us know. Let us know if it helped you. And in the meantime, I'll link my Spanx try-on video haul here if you haven't seen it. And if you're interested in the CurrentBody promotion, you can get 15% off CurrentBody's Hand Perfector by using the code Kathy15. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.